careful with that dome, shorty.
Excuse me?
All right, today we are doing a tune-up. So I have my Z-Max engine fuel formula. I have my zinc additive. We have castor oil 10W30, fully synthetic. Got a Fran filter. And I got 10.5 JDM speed. These are great spark plug wires. JDM speed spark plug wires. So that's what I have on now, so I'm replacing it with the same thing. So we're doing an oil change. I'm gonna get started and get done and see how it goes. First thing we're gonna do is change the oil. So I'm gonna remove the screw and remove the oil filter, then we're gonna go from there. All right, first thing, we got our oil down there draining. As you can see, we got the oil filter off. Next thing you know, next thing we're gonna do is put our oil filter on. So we got a Fram, this is our Fram filter. First thing you do is put oil inside of your filter because you don't want to crank your car up dry. So put oil around in the filter, and also this ring, put a little oil around that ring, so that'll stop it from binding. All right, I'm gonna do that and on to the next step. All right, next we need to fill up everything with oil. So what I usually do is I remove my breathing cap on both sides and I put half in each side. So I'm gonna do that real quick and check in a second. All right, I've completed my oil change. Got all the oil in there. Next, I'm doing 2 additives to the engine. So this is Z-Max formula I use, engine formula. So I only change my oil around once a year because I use fully synthetic. Sometimes I have to do twice just because I'll get a little bit of fuel in the system. So the 2 things I add to my engine are the Z-Max engine formula. This works great. It says every 6,000 miles. You know, and I don't think I drive more than 6,000 miles a year. I know I don't. And then this zinc additive. So this zinc additive you're supposed to do every time you change your oil, and it says right here, eliminates, I don't know if you can see it, eliminates wear on camshaft and lifters. So that's the reason I use it. It just prolongs the engine life. So I use those 2 oil additives. Then I do my fuel additive at Tune Up also. So this says at least 6,000 miles twice a year, but I'm probably lucky to get 3,000 every year on this car. So I'm gonna add those, get those added in, and then I'll check in a little bit. All right, our next step is to do spark plugs. I have spark plug wires. I have spark plugs on the way. They haven't got here yet. I ordered these off of Amazon. This is my second go around with them. They did great the first time. I've had these spark plug wires for over 4 years. So they're over 4 years old. They run great. They're actually the largest diameter. I think they're 10.5 millimeter. The usual ones you see online are more like 8 millimeter, you know. But these are great spark plugs. So I'm gonna replace them out and then see how it goes. I'll check in with it in a little bit. All right, I got the driver's side done. Spark plugs, you can see how they came out. They were pretty dirty. They came out pretty good so far. So now I have to do the passenger side. You can see the difference I clean. I had these for some years, at least 4 or 5 years. So I'm gonna get rid of those and then go from there. The area I got on my tune-up is spark plugs. I got all the wires in, as you can see. They look pretty good. New wires on both sides. These are Autolite spark plugs. So I got these off of Amazon. They were a decent price, and they were good short spark plugs. As you can see, the gap for a 1970 El Camino with a 5.7 or 350 is 0.035. So I already gapped all these. Make sure you use your gauge. I already gapped all of them, all 8 of them. I'm gonna install them and see where it goes from there. So check in a little bit. All right, this is the last piece of the puzzle. Those Autolite spark plugs that I got didn't fit because I got headers on them, so I got to send those back. So they were like a 1/2 inch short or something like that. But these are I'm just putting the same spark plugs in. These are good for header plugs. You have to be, the only thing about Excel is they're very finicky by the numbering and the heat rating and everything like that, if they'll fit. But after trial and error, this is what I found that fit. Small block 350, 576S. So I'm gonna put those on. You can get started and then check in with you in a little bit. All right, we got our tune-up done. We got oil change, Z-Mac additive, zinc additive. We got new spark plugs, new wires. Make sure you use anti-seize and dielectric grease. And we cleaned out our air filter. So we're good to go as far as our tune-up. All our oils are good. So we're gonna go for our first startup. First, I got to reconnect the battery, then we're gonna go from there. All right, we got our tune-up done. We got oil change, Z-Mac additive, zinc additive. We got new spark plugs, new wires. Make sure you use anti-seize and dielectric grease. And we cleaned out our air filter. So we're good to go as far as our tune-up. All our oils are good. So we're gonna go for our first startup. First, I got to reconnect the battery, then we're gonna go from there.